If I was in college right now and I wanted to land a mechanical engineering internship for the summer of 2025, here's exactly what I would start doing today. And this isn't just theory, these are practical and actionable steps that you can take right now to stand out and secure your spot for the year of 2025. Now, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Abbas and I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering. I've had the privilege of interning at multiple companies including AutoZone, GF Assemblers, and SMS Engineering. And through these experiences, I've learned firsthand what works and what doesn't when it comes to landing engineering internships. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a comprehensive guide that's going to help you land your dream internship this year. Whether you're just starting out or you're feeling stuck, I've got you covered. So without further ado, let's get into the video right away. So the first thing that you want to do is be strategic about applications. Instead of sending 100 generic applications, focus on 10 companies that you're genuinely interested in. Tailor your approach for each one. Because here's the thing, it's not about sending generic resumes to HR and then crossing your fingers. You've got to go deeper than that. Look at their recent projects, any patents they've filed, or even blog posts or case studies in their websites. Figure out what they're working on and even what challenges they're trying to solve. Once you've done that, skip HR and reach out to the people directly who actually do the work. Like engineers, team leads, or even project managers. And LinkedIn is your best friend here. So just find somebody who's working on a project that you're interested in and message them. And when you message them, keep it personal and keep it specific. Don't just say, hey, can you please help me get an internship? That's just lazy and it's not gonna work. Instead, show them that you've done your homework. Here's an example of what you could say. Hi, my name is Abbas. I saw your team's work on so-and-so project and I found it super inspiring. It's the kind of challenge that I really want to be part of. I've been working on something similar in my coursework, optimizing material layouts in CAD for weight reduction. I'd love to hear more about your work and any advice that you have for someone hoping to contribute to projects like this. Would you have 15 minutes to chat? Boom, short, specific, and to the point. You're showing genuine interest in their work and explaining how you align with what they're doing. Now, if they agree to chat, don't just stop there. After the conversation, follow up. Send them a quick thank you note. And if they mentioned any challenges that they're working on, then follow up with something valuable. Maybe an article, a study, or even just a quick idea that you had that relates to their work. And here's why this works. It's because you're building a relationship. You're not just applying for a job. When opportunities come up, people are much more likely to think of someone they've spoken to or connected with. Personal connections can often lead to internships prior to them even being posted publicly. So instead of focusing hours on sending out 100 generic applications, spend that time focusing on these 10 companies. Research, reach out, and build genuine connections. Trust me, this process will get you way better results. Now, step 2 is build something real, even if it's ugly. Resumes and cover letters are fine, but they're just words. If you really want to stand out, then you need to show that you're an engineer, not just say that you are one. Now, before you start stressing about time, I'm not saying that you need to build a physical product or an elaborate prototype. I know we're short on time and it's already 2025, so focus on something that is fast and impactful, like software-based projects. These are perfect because they don't require materials, tools, or weeks of effort. Let me give you an example of what I mean. If you've got access to ANSYS or SolidWorks, this is an easy way to showcase your skills. For instance, simulate stress on a cantilever beam or airflow around the basic airfoil. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Run the simulation, analyze the results, and create a clean report with visuals. Show what you learned, and maybe even point out something interesting or surprising that you found in your results. And here's the beauty of this. You're showing recruiters that you're able to apply real industry tools, and more importantly, you can analyze and interpret the results. Now, that is the kind of skill that gets attention. If you're interested in CAD, then you can create something straightforward, like a gear assembly, a hinge system, or even a robotic arm linkage. Use SolidWorks, Inventor, Fusion 360, Creo, any CAD for that matter, as long as you're comfortable with it. Once you're done, go a step further. Include 2D drawings, exploded views, and even annotations explaining why you made certain decisions. Things like material selection or the dimensions that you used. What's great about this is that recruiters love seeing CAD experience. It's a foundational skill, and if you present it well with detailed, clean visuals, then it's proof of your technical ability and your attention to detail. And this is the kind of project that you can just finish over a weekend. Just create a short presentation summarizing the problem, the methods you used, and the results that you achieved. Now, here's where most people miss out. Don't just finish your project and leave it sitting in your computer. Share it. Create a post on LinkedIn with a summary of what you did. For example, simulated airflow over a basic airfoil using ANSYS to explore drag reduction techniques. Here is what I learned about turbulent zones and how to optimize designs. Tag the tools that you use and even the companies that you admire. And if you're feeling ambitious, then upload your visuals or a report to GitHub. The point is to get your work out there so that people can see it. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, showing your problem-solving process is just as important. Did something wrong? Talk about it. Did you have to troubleshoot? Share what you learned. Employers love seeing engineers who can handle challenges and adapt. That is real-world engineering. And here's why this is such a game changer. Because recruiters see thousands of resumes and most of them are just words. But if you include a link to your project on your resume, complete with visuals, insights, and even a quick explanation of what went wrong, then you instantly stand out. It gives them something tangible to discuss in your interview. And it shows that you're not just about the theory, but that you can actually apply what you learned. And you don't need weeks to build something impactful. Use the tools that you already know, like CAD, simulations, or even basic coding, and create something that you can finish over a weekend. Show your process, share your work, and let it speak for itself. That is how you stand out. Now, step number 3 is network where engineers actually hang out. Everyone loves to say you need to network, but no one tells you how to actually do it. And in 2025, let's be real, traditional networking events are becoming less relevant. You don't need to wear a suit, go to a career fair, and hope that somebody notices you. Instead, the real magic is happening online, in communities where engineers are actually hanging out. Now, I'm not talking about sending cold emails to random people on LinkedIn. I'm talking about joining spaces where engineers are actively discussing ideas, sharing their projects, and solving real-world problems. And some great places to begin with are places like Reddit. Subreddits like r/engineering students or r/mechanical engineering are gold mines. These communities are full of students, professionals, and even hiring managers talking about everything from tricky homework problems to industry trends. Discord servers are really good as well. There are dedicated servers for CAD enthusiasts, robotic hobbyists, and even engineering design challenges. These are real-time conversations where you can ask questions, join projects, or even find collaborators. And then there's GitHub as well. If you're into coding or simulations, GitHub is a fantastic place to showcase your work and contribute to open source projects. It's also where you can get feedback from other engineers on your code or modeling. Now, just joining these places isn't enough. Once you're in there, you need to participate. You can start by asking thoughtful questions. If you're on Reddit, post about a design problem that you're working on or ask for tips for a specific software that you're using. Share small projects that you've worked on. This could be a CAD model, a simulation, or even just an idea that you're exploring. And then offer feedback on other people's work as well. For example, if someone posts about their model or design, take the time to comment with constructive feedback or suggestions. Networking isn't just about asking for help, it's about giving value first. When you show that you're genuinely interested in the work that other people are doing, they're much more likely to want to connect with you. And if you really want to stand out, then think beyond just participating. Host a virtual meetup or like a mini design challenge in these communities. For example, start a small group project to design something simple, like a more efficient cooling system for laptops or optimizing a gear mechanism. Post something like, hey, I'm starting a weekend challenge to design an energy efficient fan blade in CAD. Is anyone interested in joining? And you'll be surprised with how many people would be willing to jump in. By doing this, you're positioning yourself to be a proactive leader, someone who takes initiative and brings people together. And trust me, that is a quality that recruiters love. And here's why this approach is so powerful. Because when you're already engaged in these communities, reaching out for internship advice or referrals feels completely natural. You're not just some random stranger messaging out of nowhere. You're someone they've seen contributing, helping others, and building cool things. For example, let's say that you've been active on a Discord server about robotics. If you see a job posting from someone in that server, then you can message them something like, hey, I've loved collaborating with you on so-and-so project. I saw the internship opening at your company and I'd love to apply. Do you have any advice? And that is so much stronger than a cold LinkedIn message. So networking doesn't have to be awkward or forced. Go where engineers are already hanging out and start adding value to those spaces. Show them that you're genuinely interested in their work. The connections you build will feel natural. And when it comes to the time to ask for advice or to ask for referrals, you'll already have those relationships in place. So if you haven't joined any of these communities yet, then go and sign up for one today. Start small, post a question, share an idea, or just introduce yourself. You never know where one good connection could lead. Now the next step is share content that highlights insights, not just projects. See, sharing projects is great, but if you truly want to stand out, then you need to create a platform where your insights and your thought process take center stage. Instead of simply sharing a CAD model or a simulation, show your ability to reflect on challenges, extract lessons, and articulate your growth as a mechanical engineer. And I suggest that you do that by building a personal website. If you don't have the skills to create a personal website for yourself, then hire someone on Fiverr or a similar platform to create a modern, sleek, professional website for you. Add a photo montage of your project with descriptions of what you learned, what went wrong, and how you fixed it. And then write about your experiences. For example, you could say something like, surprising challenges that I faced while simulating airflow over a drone propeller, or how to optimize design iterations in CAD. And then also include a downloadable resume to make it easy for recruiters to grab a copy whenever they want. And then you can complement your website with in-depth articles on LinkedIn. Write down articles on LinkedIn and then put your link to your personal website in those articles. And then make sure that you focus on storytelling. Share what went wrong, how you fixed it, and what you learned from it. This will transform your work into an engaging narrative. And instead of having text-heavy content, create a visual showcase of your projects. A photo montage of your project with captions explaining the key steps in your process, or a short slideshow of simulations can be highly impactful. And then you can link these visuals to your website or to your LinkedIn profile. And when you apply for an internship position, include a link to this content in your resume or in your cover letter. And the reason why this works is because employers value engineers who can articulate their ideas clearly and reflect on their work. By building a personal website and sharing thoughtful content, you not only demonstrate technical expertise, but also showcase communication skills and initiative. It's a combination that sets you apart from those who only share their finished projects. And on top of that, a personal website acts as a professional hub, linking all your content into one place. It gives a chance to recruiters to easily explore all your work while highlighting your insights and growth as an engineer. This approach makes your content more impactful and distinguishes you from those who just share their projects on their resumes. And then the final step is the post-application follow-up. So imagine that you've landed an interview with a company. So first of all, congratulations, that is a big step. But here's the thing, your job doesn't stop once the interview ends. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking, I showed up, I answered their questions, and now I just wait. No, you need to follow up, and not in a robotic, copy-paste kind of way. You want to be personal and you want to be genuine. Now let me explain why this is so important. See, when you follow up, you're reminding the interviewer of who you are. They've probably already interviewed a dozen candidates that week. And no matter how great you are, things can get blurry for them. So a thoughtful follow-up can really make you stand out. So here's how you approach it. Within 24 hours of the interview, send a thank you email, but make it personal. Don't just say thank you for your time. Instead, mention something specific from the interview. Maybe they told you about a challenge that the company is facing or a cool project that the team is working on. And if you don't know this, then make sure you ask these questions while the interview is going on. Bring that up because it shows that you're engaged, that you're paying attention, and that you're genuinely interested in the position. Now let's back up a little. What if you're still in the application stage and you haven't heard a response for a while? I would personally wait 3 to 4 weeks and then follow up. I would keep it light and I would keep it polite. Because you gotta understand that these companies are super busy. They're swamped with so many applications. So your follow-up isn't about rushing them. It's about reminding them that you're still interested and you're still available. It's actually a subtle way of standing out without being very pushy. And here's the deal, following up after an interview or after an application is a very underrated step. I really believe that it shows initiative and it shows professionalism. It shows that you care about this opportunity enough to go to that extra mile. So I really think that you should not skip this step, but also be careful about it. Make sure you're polite, but also show them who you really are and why you're the right fit for the role. Take the time to do it right because it could be the little thing that tips the scales in your favor. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It really motivates me to keep making content for you guys. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.